So what handles should we make? Dark woods, light woods. I mean, I like Master Birch quite a lot. This is a pretty cool piece. It's Master Birch with a lot of flame in it. I don't know if you can catch it on the lens, but it's a pretty beautiful piece. But might not be poppy enough. I don't know. We have some. I have some fun stuff. This is a pretty cool piece. We can use that for and dye it. We can use that for the banka. And bread sword is a little bit longer. We'll use. I need to organize my wood collection. But I got all of this in a huge pile, so I haven't had time to organize it actually. Here's a pretty nice Master Birch piece that we can use. I cut it off like so. That's long enough. Let's do that. It's just like partly an aesthetic thing, but also like a balance thing, I think. It's a little bit weird to have a short handle on a long blade. Or not short, but my normal handles are around 130 and 135 millimeters, not centimeters. And that's a little bit too short, in my opinion, for a bread sword. But to each their own. Everyone do what they want. This is a little bit too long. I'm gonna rip it down. Swedish brand, yeah, Arboga. And Arboga is a town in Sweden. So I suppose the company was located in Arboga. It has like this different gears to change the speeds, and you can change speeds here as well with a switch, like high-low, and you can also increase it and decrease it. And very robust, weighs quite a lot, and super stable, no flexing in it, and that's the main part, especially when you're drilling like big straight holes in soft woods. You don't want the whole drill press to crank on you. I've had that issue previously. So now it's 780 in the oven. We're gonna keep an eye on that. And now to fixate the dowels, I'll just see that they fit. Yep. So we're gonna fixate the dowels with just super glue, so it sits in the correct position. And when we later glue on the handle, we will use epoxy, so everything will be fixated with epoxy at the end. But now it's just, well, straight away. This is just to make sure it sits where it's supposed to be right now. So super glue, not for strength, but for precision at the moment. And as I mentioned to you, I use kicker just to dry out the surface so it doesn't get stuck on my gloves and stuff. And a little screw to keep it straight open so it glues onto the sides here. We don't want any gaps here, because those gaps will be visible later on, if that's the case. Kicker again. Done. We can take out the blades. Much duller red color now, as you can see. So these are like the most simple handles that you can imagine. It's just going to be a simple piece of wood. But when you do those kind of handles, I think it's important to use pretty interesting woods. And in this case, a beautiful piece of Master Birch is never wrong. And this one is very weird and looks pretty cool. So I think we're gonna dye this just with leather coloring. It's super good to use on woods actually, because it's alcohol based. So the liquid just evaporates pretty quickly and leaves a pretty not that deep of a coloring, so you can actually like do some cool things with it. But don't spill it all over your hand. I've done that, and It's a pain to get rid of. You just look here, you see here, you see? That means it's done. So we'll just bring them into the oven again. And we'll leave them here for like a minute or two after they came up to heat. And then we will just kill the oven. After the annealing, it takes a while to anneal it. We descale it by whacking at it with a hammer. After descaling it with a hammer, I cold forge it. I always cold forge most of my blades, or I mostly cold forge all of my blades. Partially to remove the scale and also to give it a nicer finish, surface finish. And also you do some small adjustments while cold forging. When you anneal it like this, you want it to cool down slowly. If you just bring it out in the cold air, it's gonna cool down way too quick, so it's not gonna be stress relieved in the proper way. This is a very good way to stress relieve them. And if I were to just not do these steps and cold forge them, I would probably shatter them and stuff, so that's not good. I mean, I use cold forging for surface finish, more or less. I know some people do it to, especially people who do a lot of laminates, they can move pretty much, move quite a lot of material. I don't try to move as much material, I just planish it, make a nice surface finish. If you want a rough finish, I mean, don't planish it. But I like a pretty nice finish, and I like when you can see like the hammer, the step downs from the thicker part to the thinner part. And you can really like, yeah, you can be a little bit creative actually when cold forging. So it's and it's also very fun. But don't do that on steels that are not suitable for it. For instance, if you forge stainless steel, ABL or something, I wouldn't cold forge it. I would say that if you have a very low alloyed steel, it's pretty safe to cold forge. If you have like a 1% carbon and 99% iron, I mean, whack away. But if you have like very high alloyed steels, it might be a little bit more cranky. But I mean, I cold forge all my Apex blades, for instance. Again, I don't move that much material when I do it. So I just planish the surface. So now they're at temperature. We'll leave them for 2 minutes and then we'll kill the oven. And just as we do that, I'll shape the handles. PP. You're gonna approve. Scotch Brite. All done. And now we have an excellent opportunity to oil these while we continue on the blades. Easy. Oops. So I was in Austria a few weeks back and at the awesome Hangler, and he used this oil. It's a hard wax oil with Canuba wax, and I really liked it. It's very easy to use, and I mean it gives a very good protection, and it's simpler than using just oil and then a wax, for instance. It's also better than the other wax oils I've tried. I've tried quite a lot, but this is the best one I've tried so far. So thank you, Tobias. I've experimented a little bit with this. I usually just soak it in first, and then after a while, when I do the second coat, I heat it up as well a little bit, because the Canuba wax needs heat to really function properly. So now it's more or less just the oil soaking in. and that's a good thing. Oh, we're gonna dye that one as well. But I don't know if you can pick it up on camera, but you get some like real nice shimmer from Master Birch with this. So black or brown means Schwarzbraun, it's earth brown. It sounds more like black brown, but this is risky business. You really don't want this all over your hands. This is just like, I mean, you can use this wood as it was. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's a beautiful piece. But when you do like 10 knives with the same material, it's fun to just spice things up a bit. Same with the other areas in life. Just have some fun, see what happens. You might like it. So I think this is gonna look pretty awesome actually when it's done. And this isn't oiled now, so this is just matte and not that appealing really. But you can see the figure, you can see everything in it. And yeah, I like it. So put it there for a little bit and then we can oil it. So just a little bit of heat and then some öl, as they say in Germany. You know what öl means in Sweden? Beer. But I'm not gonna drink this one.
Not ideal.
Nope. Or, I mean, I haven't tried, but I'm just assuming. So just oil this, and this is gonna be, yeah, this is gonna be awesome. So much better than if we would have left it as it was, I think. And as I said, nothing wrong with the original piece, original color of it. Pretty interesting actually, but yeah, this just takes it to a whole nother level. Look at that. That's gonna be way more interesting than a blonde piece of wood. Blonde is not always more fun.
Says the blonde.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the first one to admit it. So I'm just removing excess. All these drying oils, if you leave excess of it on the surface, it's gonna go all gummy on you. And no one wants gummy oil. So we'll just heat this up a little bit and do the final finish. Just heating up the surface, I don't need it to be heated all the way through. And now, since we have saturated wood a little bit, we just do a quick finish on them. Oh, my hands looks disgusting. So now we're actually like polishing the wax, buffing the wax maybe, to make sure it doesn't just sit on the surface. We like give it the hardness that it should have, and voila. We're gonna burn in the tanks as well, so we're gonna discolor them a little bit, but we'll deal with that later. And like spread out, I usually actually just lay them on the anvil, because they can actually catch fire. It generates a lot of heat when it dries. So if you have it like crumpled up in a ball like this, when this polymerizes, I think is the word, it generates quite a lot of heat. So if you have it like in a ball like this, it can be enough heat to ignite the paper. And since it's paper drenched in with oil, it's a torch. So it's gonna sit there and burn. Of course, if I just have it on the floor, nothing's gonna happen. But do this. As soon as it's dried, you can do whatever you want with it.
Massive thank you to all our Patreon supporters. If you enjoy the content that we do, and if you find value in the content we create, you can support our channel at patreon.com/UKBladeShow, or links are in the description below. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to watch another similar video, check out this other one over here. Cheers guys, and see you in the next one.